How much was your pint?
£8. So October is here again, and for the 4th year in a row we headed up north to the Play Expo convention at Event City in Manchester on Friday the 13th. So the journey to the event usually takes us about 4.5 hours from West Wales to Manchester, but due to a supremely awful sat-nav which took us entirely the wrong way, we ended up being in the car for about 6 hours. By the time we arrived, we were all keen to just get unpacked and unwind, but when we got to the hotel, the reception desk was empty, and when the receptionist did return, she wasn't the most friendly person, and there were a few problems with the room as well. Things were not off to a good start. But after some sleep, and a petrol station sausage roll for breakfast the next day, we were more than ready to crack on with the weekend. Like every year, the building was filled with stalls. Gaming merch, t-shirts, trinkets, movie artwork, endless rows of discs and cartridges, and some incredible bead art. Of course, I dived straight in and started burning through some money. As always, the show floor had hundreds of arcade cabinets and pinball machines set up and ready to play for free. Sega Rally, Outrun, Afterburner, Pac-Man, House of the Dead, the Play Choice 10. 2 of us were enjoying a round on Double Dragon, until a power cut took out half of the arcade. I hope it wasn't us. This year was also the 20th anniversary of GoldenEye 007 for the N64. And to celebrate the occasion, 2 of the 9 original team members who were involved with creating the game showed up to give a talk about the development, their experiences at Rare, share some anecdotes with us, and answer some questions from the audience. Unfortunately, some of the staff members like composer Grant Kirkhope and David Doak weren't in attendance. But we did get to hear from lead artist Carl Hilton and composer Graham Norgate, and they gave some amazing insight into the development process, the cutting edge equipment they were using at the time, and even confirmed some interesting rumours we'd always heard about the game.
Is it true that you were going to have reloading by people pulling out the memory pack?
Yes, we were going to do that, and Nintendo told us we weren't allowed to because they were worried it was going to break controllers.
The panel ended with a GoldenEye multiplayer deathmatch between Graham, Carl, and 2 audience members picked out at random. Now you'd think that the developers would have the advantage, knowing all the secrets and tricks to the game, but it proved they were no match for the most hardcore GoldenEye fans. After the panel we located the bar, standard, and had a go on some of the games and consoles that were set up to play. You had GameCube, Super Nintendos, PlayStations as usual, but it's always fun to try out the consoles like the Famicom or the 3DO, with obscure titles you may have never seen before. We even sat down to play the Virtual Boy for the first time. I also took the time to show off and duck hunt for a bit.
Well defended.
Later that evening we headed back to the Trafford Centre for food, and as is tradition, we visited the Namco arcade. After walking around all day, it was nice to chill out in the bar and have a few drinks, and we even managed to get in a few rounds of Mario Kart and Zelda on the Switch. On the second day we were actually a man down. One of us had only paid for a ticket for the Saturday and had to sit the Sunday out, so we sent that fool on his way and headed back to the event. I wonder what he got up to that day. The first thing we did the next day was take another lap around the stalls to get rid of the last of the heavy money we were tired of carrying around. Retro Collect were there, Console Passion were there, Super Mario Kart world record holder Sami Chetin was there as usual doing his thing. After spending all of our cash, we headed back to the arcade. We played a few rounds of Operation Wolf, Road Blasters, House of the Dead, and a few others. We left the convention later that afternoon, had a bite to eat in the food court, found our straggler, and headed home. All in all, we had a good weekend, and we had long forgotten about the events that plagued the journey up on the Friday. But there was more to come. Apparently there'd been some kind of accident on the motorway home and traffic was backed up for miles. We were stuck at a dead stop for well over an hour. And to make matters worse, the dodgy sat-nav took us on yet another scenic detour, adding even more time to the journey home. Maybe next year we'll just get the train. And just in case anyone's curious, really quickly, here's what I picked up over the weekend. Super Monkey Ball, Brothers in Arms DS, Resident Evil DS, Formula 1 97, Tunguska, Cornflake's favourite game, Spice World, because, Theme Park World, NFL Quarterback Club 96, The Brainies, Dragon Quest V for the Super Famicom, Super Strike Gunner, Tecmo Super NBA Basketball, Aero the Acrobat, Prehistoric Man, which belonged to Louise, Winter Olympics, Mortal Kombat 3, Weapon Lord, Harley's Humongous Adventure, Championship Pool, Pack Attack, Smash Tennis, Young Merlin, and The Lost Vikings. So that's it guys, as always thank you very much for watching. If you like what you've seen, be sure to leave a like and subscribe, and I might just get these videos out a little bit more frequently. Thanks again, and we'll see you at Play Expo next year.